how's it going? My name's John McLennan. Hope you're doing fantastic. I'm here with GuitarControl.com. Wanted to do a quick video lesson on a song called The Stumble by Freddie King. And the recording we're going to be referencing is the one from My Feeling for the Blues. There's a number of recordings, so that's the one. Be sure to click the link below so you can get the tab for this lesson. I'm going to take you through the entire tune. You're going to learn how to play the rhythm and that opening main melody, that theme that I was playing. And yeah, so let's get started. We're going to zoom in and break it down. The first thing you're going to want to do is learn the rhythm part to this song. So you start with the open A string, and then your first finger on the second fret of the fourth string. And you play those two notes together. Do that twice. Just like that. And then your third finger is going to go on at the fourth fret, fourth string, and replace that 2 there. So it's going to rock back and forth like this. Now a couple notes about the technique. One, I like to palm mute. So that's where my palm, my right hand palm, comes down, where the string and the bridge come together here, and I just get this sound. Using all downstrokes with my right hand. The other thing you'll notice with my left hand is my thumb's kind of over the top here, and I'm muting the 6th string. My first finger is also laying across here and muting the, first through third strings, so that I don't get any unwanted strings. Nice and clean. Then I'm going to copy paste that same sort of root 5th, root 6th blues figure, and I'm going to bring it up 1 string. And now I'm going to get the open E string and the 2nd fret of the 5th string. So it's 2 bars of each. 2 bars of A, 2 bars of E. Sounds like this. Okay, again, palm muting, making sure you're getting a good sound. The next 4 bars is going to return to that A chord. And then go up to a B. So this becomes sort of the movable shape of this figure. And the way it works is you put your first finger here on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And then your third finger goes on the 4th fret of the 4th string. And remember, if you're having trouble with this, click the link below. You can get the tab to follow along. This is all written out really clean. So you've got these 2, 1, and then you shoot your pinky out to the 6th fret. Okay, so the first 8 bars are going to go like this. This is an interesting thing because it's like a 16-bar blues, which is a digression from your typical like 12-bar, standard blues progression. Okay, then we're going to go back to an E chord. Then to an A. This time only for 1 measure. Then we're going to go to an A sharp diminished. And for this we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... What I'm basically doing is hitting the root note And then you're going to go back to your E. And for this, you're just going to go half a measure. You're going to go 1 and 2 and... Then you go to a C sharp 7 sharp 9. And that's basically your Jimi Hendrix chord here. You've got 4, 3, 4, 5. C, F, B, E, C sharp. So I've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So it's kind of an interesting thing. He does a 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, 1. And the way that I play the 2-5 chord is basically F sharp 7. My thumb comes over the top, so 2, 2, and then skip a string, 2, 3, 2. And then B7 is just a typical 3 note. You see these chords in the blues all the time. And then I just do half a measure of E, and then half a measure of A, 3 and 4, and then back to a whole measure of E. So the last 4 bars ends up being this. Then you're back to the top. So let's play it one time, top to bottom, with the rhythm, all the rhythm put together here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you go back to the beginning and you repeat, and that goes through the entire song. So you've got the rhythm part down. Let's jump into that main melody. Put your 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the 4th string, and then slide it up a whole step. Then you take your 1st finger right underneath 9th fret, 3rd string, play that note, E, and then hammer to F sharp to the 11th fret, and then back to 9. It's this little back and forth between these 2 notes. Starting here with the slide. Okay. It's the first motif. And then we're going to play basically an A9th chord, which would be your 2nd finger on the 12th fret, 1st finger on the 11th, and then 3rd finger I just lay across the 12th and the 12th. So 1, 2, 3. So that's the first part. Then you move up to the 14th fret here, or the 12th fret pentatonic box, and play some real good blues, classic, blues phrasing. And what's going on there is your 3rd finger plays the 14th fret on the 4th string. Then you move to the 12th fret of the 3rd string, 14th fret, 3rd string. Give it a little bend, then back to 14, 12, 14, 12, little pull. Now I can't really overemphasize the fact that you really got to listen to the bends and the phrasing, to give it the right blues sound, and it's really, that's kind of the hardest thing. Like when I practice this, I'm trying to get the way that he plays those notes. Like he never just sits on this note, like just without any vibrato or pulling it. It's always being bent, you know, so you got to kind of get that, the way the language is said. So let me put that together for you. Then you play an F7 to an E7. And that's 8, 7, 8, 7, 6, 7. Basically just kind of the above the chord, the target chord is E. You go above it and then you land on it. It's kind of a cool thing. Then you go to the same phrase again, basically repeated. 9, slide to 11, 9, 11, 9, and an A9 chord again. The rhythm's kind of cool on this. It's like 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they're all on the upbeats. You know, almost like horn stabs, like the way a horn section would just bam, bam, kind of hit a chord like that. And then I kind of just took the same phrase, you know, and relocated it down here. And this is just really cool because he's connecting the ideas and it just doesn't sound like random licks. It really sounds like a composed melody, you know. Again, to the B7 chord. So that's why he changed it. So that chord's going on right there. And then he dips down, which is really cool. He does these little things where like he's playing a note and then just kind of goes back a half step. Freddie King does that all the time, and it's a cool little, you know, it's like unexpected, like where the scale, the note in the scale would have been. So it just goes to show you, you know, here he is breaking the rules. He's playing, basically the chord is B7 and he plays the major 7 against it, which to me that's probably an awful note to choose theoretically, you know, as far as like the right note to play in the textbook. But that's the thing, is it sounds so good. So if you just play by all the rules, you're never going to play that note. But if you learn this note for note, you know, you're going to learn to get those sounds. Then he goes up to this like sort of launching point, the most overplayed rock lick of all time, which is basically just bending the 14th fret, 12, 12, then bend the 15th fret on the 2nd string, and that's next phrase. So 15, 12, 14, 14, 12, 14, 12. Lots of pulling and pushing on those strings. And of course vibrato when you're sitting on a note. Then this is kind of an interesting thing. I mean, he may go like that. I play it with my first finger. And he kind of almost doesn't quite make it up to the next note. You know, the C sharp, which is what's going on with the band there, is they're playing an A7, you know. It's kind of that sound, but it's blues. So that's a first finger bend, and then let it down, and then 12, 14, 12, 14, pre-bend. That's a really awesome sound where you... You know, you basically just lift the note before you pluck it. So there's that lick again. 14, 12, 12, 15, 12, 15 bend. And then that's 12 here with my first finger. Another little subtle bend, pre-bend. 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14. Real strong blues rhythms there. Then guess what? You start over. Let's give this a try with the chords going behind us. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. For more in-depth information, click on the annotation on your screen, or the iCard if you're on mobile, and you can check out one of my guitar courses. I have one specifically on blues called Blues Power that you really might dig if you were watching this video, as well as a few others. Alright, well thanks so much. I'm John McLennan, and we'll see you in the next video lesson. Thanks for watching.